Like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been a
hopefully.
long time.
Hopefully. Screenagers, welcome back to the Canon. We got another special bonus episode lined up for you today. My name is Raf, and I'm joined by two of our favorite Saw contributors, folks who you've heard and seen on the show over and over again. You've read their pieces on the website. Val, Bob, welcome back. How are you guys doing?
It's good to be back.
Yeah, excited. Season 6.
Season 6. Can't believe it. I
Crazy.
can't believe that we're already at 6 seasons. Before we jump into season 6 proper, though, we're going to give all of the screenagers out there a taste of what's to come. We're going to go through the list of movies that we're going to be talking about this season. And Bob and Val have been nice enough to join me today to talk about those movies. So, very excited for that. I feel like it's been a while. We were talking about it before we started recording. Feels like the Canon has been away for a while, but I've been a busy little Raf. There's a lot of things going on. We're trying to build out more things at the website. We're trying to build up the content that we're producing and putting out there. Although you guys know I hate the C word. But one very exciting piece of news for us at the Wasteland. I'm going to TIFF.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Awesome.
I'm going to be at TIFF covering
Wow.
movies for ScreenAge Wasteland. We will have a presence at the 50th Toronto International Film Festival. I have no idea what to expect. It's my first film festival, but I'm very excited. Duke tapped me for the task, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super
That's
awesome. I mean,
fantastic. Yeah.
I was talking to Jacob and Brian a little bit about it, and they were saying, this is just the first of many, hopefully, ScreenAge trips to TIFF in the future. Maybe more of us come with you in the future.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully we'll be sent, all across the country and globe for various film festivals. Who knows? Bob might be at Cannes in a couple years, sipping wine, in the south of France.
It seems unlikely. It seems more like I might be at the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards or something like that. But
Which would also be
That would also
pretty
be really
sweet.
cool.
That would be
that
awesome.
would be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, a big step for ScreenAge Wasteland. So I hope to represent the crew well out there. I hope to not embarrass myself and, embarrass the website subsequently. But we shall see how it goes. There might be some stuff coming out of that. Probably a pole position with Jacob and maybe Val and Bob and probably Brian Loomis. But yeah, that's kind of the big update.
That's
super cool.
That's huge. Yeah.
Very excited.
Almost feels like we're getting more professional, which is, I don't know how I feel about that.
We're still a ragtag group of scrappy underdogs,
There we go. All right. That soothes me. Yeah.
We'll never lose that. That will always be our spirit, no matter how big we get, no matter how Hollywood we get. We'll hold on to those roots.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about ScreenAge is that you can a lot of times just go to the team with an idea and they're like, go for it, go write it, go review it, and some good stuff comes out of that.
Yeah. I feel like you guys have both been writing some fun things recently. Val, you had what was probably the spiciest piece of writing that we've had on the website in quite some time.
I kind of lost my mind writing it. If you don't know what Ralph is referring to, he's referring to my most recent piece, which is titled "I Watched War of the Worlds 2025, so you don't have to." And it's just sort of it's half about the movie and it's also half about my emotional turmoil of having to watch this film and how like truly awful it was. Like I think as a person also with like ADHD, that movie moves at such a rapid pace that it's like genuinely kind of emotionally distressing to sit through. It's a lot, but yeah, go read it, I guess, if you're interested. Don't watch the movie.
Definitely give it a read. It's a very fun read. Wild movie that I can't believe exists in any way, shape, or form. But
I'm gonna have to see it eventually because I don't know who said it, but somebody had said basically that movies that are like below 5% on Rotten Tomatoes are just as attractive to me as movies that are over 90%. Because you're going to get an experience of some kind that's out of the ordinary. So I'll have to see it
Yeah, that is
anyway.
true. This was like, I don't know. I liked Silent Hill Revelation a lot more than I liked this movie. And that's not a good movie either, but that one at least was like a fun time. This was just like e- emotional turmoil from start to
Okay.
finish.
Not even it's so bad it's good. Just
No, it's so bad that it feels like I think I described it as like being in a mosh pit. It's just like so much
Holy
from
crap.
it's like we kept pausing it and I kept telling my partner not to pause it. I was like, we can't keep pausing it. We'll never get through. But every time we paused it, I was like, oh, it's been an hour. I'm sure it hasn't. It had been like a few minutes. I was like, oh my God. So I've never had that experience watching a movie of it just feels so long, but it's like an
Right.
hour and 22 minutes. So yeah. So
an
pursue
hour
at
and
your own
22.
risk. Yeah.
Well, thankfully it won't be on the list of episodes or
Well,
list of
not.
movies that
We're
we'll be
talking about
talking
good
about.
movies.
We're talking about good
Right.
movies, essential movies, movies that you should definitely be watching. Um, Before we jump into the list, Bob, is there anything that you've been working on? Some more Fear Flashback Fridays, keeping that series going?
I'm actually wicked behind. I've been chasing the dime a little bit too much this summer, trying to find freelance work. So I'm at least 3 weeks behind, but I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be doing a couple of double features, 2 or 3 double features to try and catch up with that. Uh, hopefully I'll finally have my Canon write up for North by Northwest tomorrow. So trying to
Sweet.
get back on the horse for that. And of course, spooky season has started, so I'm all in the mood, despite it
Yeah.
being mid-August. Yeah,
We were just talking about how, Bob, you and I both firmly believe that spooky season should start in mid-August and run through at least early, perhaps even mid-November,
yeah,
because there's just so much to watch. And for anyone who is not familiar with Bob and his work, Bob is our resident horror, super fan. We've dubbed October Bobtober. So this
Awesome.
season of the Canon will be running through Bobtober. So we will be hearing and seeing a lot of Bob. You'll probably be reading a lot of Bob, which is a great thing. That's what everyone wants.
sure,
Absolutely.
sure.
It is. We will be seeing and hearing from both of these lovely folks um, at several points throughout the season, but I think it's probably time to run through the list of movies.
Yeah,
If
let's
you
dive
guys
in.
are ready, let's
Yeah,
dive in. So, drum roll, please.
nothing's happening.
We'll fix it in post.
Okay.
We're kicking off the season with The Wizard of Oz. Should be very
Good
fun.
one.
That will be in a couple of days, August 20th, first episode of the season, Wizard of Oz. Then we're going to be talking Superman 78, not to be confused with Superman 2025, although I'm sure that will come up in conversation. Then we're going back to school to kick off September with American Graffiti. Very excited for that one. Then we're going to be talking Rope, and then Moon, and then War of the Worlds 1953, not War of the Worlds 2025. Very important distinction to be made there. And then as we get into October and spooky season, we've got The Invisible Man, An American Werewolf in London, Poltergeist, The Witch, and then closing out October with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hell
Very
yeah.
excited for that one. Then into November, we've got M, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Thin Man, a very weird Thanksgiving special episode, but we're going to be talking Bicycle Thieves the week of
Wow.
Thanksgiving. And then into December, Dr. Zhivago, which I don't think I'm pronouncing correctly. And then we've got 2001 A Space Odyssey, which is probably the episode that I'm looking forward to the most. And closing things out with a special Christmas episode talking Die Hard.
The best
So
Christmas movie.
we will be having the discussion of whether or not that is a Christmas movie. We're also going to be running through our 100th episode, our 100th movie.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Do you guys want to take a guess which one it's going to be?
Man, okay.
It was one
I
that
mean,
got a reaction.
is it Texas Chainsaw?
It is.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
that's awesome.
And I'm sure you both are aware of this, Texas Chainsaw is coming to Fathom Events next Monday in
Yeah.
4K. I am going to see it with
Oh, that's
actually
awesome.
one of my buddies from the Watch If You Dare podcast, which is a horror movie podcast. So we're
Amazing.
going together with our respective partners and should be really, really fun.
That's too
Yeah.
cool.
That's amazing. We might need to have that buddy on for that episode.
Oh,
Which brings us
yeah.
to the episodes that you both will be joining me for.
Woohoo.
Well, actually, before we get to that, general thoughts, initial reaction to the list of movies that we're going to be talking about this season. How do you guys think we did?
This is the first list where I was like, not only have I seen all but one of the movies on this particular list, I'm so excited for all of them. So I cannot wait to listen and watch the ones that I'm not on. Can't wait to talk about the ones that I am on. To every movie as I went down, oh, I love that movie. Oh, I love that movie. I love that movie. So I'm super excited. I think probably the most excited I've been for any of the lists, any of the seasons.
Awesome. A very Bob season.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I have not seen all of these, but I'm actually considering trying to watch along with the Canon podcast. For the ones I have seen and the ones I haven't, I think it'd be a fun project.
Yeah.
And I mean, the ones I have seen, I'm really excited to just hear people talk about. And some of these that I haven't seen, I'm like, I know I've heard for a long time this is a great movie. I should probably go watch it. So excited. It's an exciting list.
Yeah.
Season 5 was kind of defined by a lot of movies that I personally had not seen. So I was watching a lot of things for the first time last season. There's more of a mix this go around, but Val, I think everyone should do what you're planning on doing and should watch along with us, because that's the point of the show. That's what we want all of our listeners to do. Watch along with us, be part of the conversation, enjoy the conversations that we're having. So it should be really fun. Very, very, very excited for this. Like we said before, this season is going to run through October, Bobtober, Valtober, to some extent as well. How do you guys think that we did on the spooky movies this go around?
Oh, there's such good ones. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really particularly excited. I know it's a newer one, but like I'm excited to talk about The Witch. I love that movie. I think that Eggers just kind of doesn't miss. I mean, people are talking about him again because of Nosferatu, but I think he's just shown that he has like a real vision of what he wants his movies to be. And The Witch really, I think, put him in the public consciousness a lot more. So, really excited to revisit that one.
Yeah, it's a fantastic list. I mean, a good chunk of, you've got the classics with The Invisible Man. American Werewolf in London was like a seminal movie for me, actually for my wife as well. I think it was her first R-rated movie she ever saw. Poltergeist, I think, at this late date we have to call it a classic as well. And I mean, The Witch has already, it's a modern day classic. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the only horror movie that I couldn't bring myself to watch until I was in my 20s.
Oh man.
Wow.
I think I'm going to be on that particular show, so I have a few stories for that. But yeah, I had my first
Awesome.
panic attack the first time I went to watch
Oh
that.
no.
Oh,
Jeez.
wow.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
So,
More Bob lore. We can't wait for it.
amazing.
Which, okay, if you're listening to this and you have not yet heard Bob's Stand By Me story, you need to go listen to the Stand By Me episode. And if you follow us on YouTube and you're subscribed to our YouTube page, there is a video specifically of Bob retelling what is probably the greatest story that we've had told on the
Okay.
Canon.
I need to look this up
It
because
is
oh,
incredible. So
amazing.
I don't want to oversell what we might be hearing on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre episode, but when Bob is bringing it, Bob is bringing it. So definitely excited for that. Which brings us to finally the episodes that you guys will be on this season. So Val, I've got you down for The Witch, or The Vavitch, as I like to call it. I promise I won't do that too much during the actual episode because I know that can get super annoying. Also have you down for Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Die Hard. Got you and
Awesome.
Ramona for Die Hard. The
Oh,
girlies
that'll
love
be
Die Hard.
fun. I've never met
Awesome.
Ramona like on video call, so that'll be
Yeah,
fun times.
yeah. Very excited for those three movies. We might have you on for a few more. Bob, this is the season of Bob. Really, we've got you down for maybe all these movies or some combination, but we've got you down for Moon and 2001. So we've got Space Bob. We've got
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, War of the Worlds, which is like the perfect mix of Space Bob and Horror Bob. And Val, we might need you to come on War of the Worlds too, so that you can compare it to
Oh,
2025.
well,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
comparing a great movie to a terrible one. I would love to do that.
So
That's super cool. Yeah.
I haven't seen the 53 version, but the 2002 or 2003 Spielberg Cruise version is like
Something
unironically one of my favorite movies.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big Tom Cruise guy, which is like
I
a
get it.
weird thing to admit out loud, although I have admitted it many times over.
I mean, the Mission Impossible movies are objectively great. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in a lot of
Come
movies
on.
that are objectively great. So, I mean, I
He's
get it.
and you want to know something wild? We currently have 0 Tom Cruise movies in the canon.
Not one?
What?
Not
Last Samurai needs to be in there yesterday. You heard it here.
I don't know if that's the one that I would
I
vote
don't
for to
know.
put in, but
The one that popped into my head. I love that movie. But
there are 0 Tom Cruise movies. But yeah, so
Wow.
we'll have Bob representing the 53 War of the Worlds version, Raph to represent the 2004 version, and Val to represent the 2025 version.
2020. Oh
I'm
my
not going to be
God.
making a strong argument for it.
Those are going to be the
That's
War of the Worlds that we identify
wow.
with for that episode.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I am very excited for that conversation too. And then Bob, I also have you down for The Invisible Man and An American
Wow.
Werewolf in London.
Hell
So
yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
I'm
Bob.
in for all of that. I'm so happy that I'm in for Moon too, because I love that.
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen
love that
Moon.
movie.
It's
Is
on
that Sam
Tubi.
Rockwell?
Yeah.
I saw him like 4 days ago.
What?
Like in
Just
person? Just
yeah,
walking
just
around?
he was walking down the street talking to his buddy. It looked like he may have been carrying laundry to go to the laundromat, but I doubt Sam Rockwell has to
Holy
go to a
crap.
So
laundromat.
I have a fun story. I actually dated his cousin.
What?
Yeah, in college. I mean, like much like removed cousin, but like same last name, still Rockwell. But
Oh
yeah,
Wow.
wow!
yeah.
Did you ever meet Sam?
No,
Never
no,
came
he's
to
not.
visit his cousin at college.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, I haven't seen Moon, but I've heard great things. I feel like that's a very popular movie at the Wasteland. So I think
Yeah.
there are going to be
Don't read
folks.
anything about it before you watch it, is my only suggestion about it.
Okay, I can do that. I can make that happen. I hate reading, so I'm not very good at it. I can certainly do that. But yeah, those are the movies that or the episodes that we have you guys listed to come on for.
Super cool.
Very excited. Again, a lot of spooky horror focus this season. It's really the only like themed thing that we do on the canon is we make sure that we're talking about those movies during that season.
Mm.
Although I guess we're talking Die Hard for Christmas and American Graffiti for like back to school time.
Right.
Kind of, in line with that. Superman, I think that is dropping around the time that the new Superman movie will be available on HBO Max. So that will be an interesting conversation, sort of like comparing that version to the newer version. And The Wizard of Oz has also been in the news recently, or maybe not the news, but in online film discourse recently because of the showings at the Sphere where they like did a lot of like digital alterations to the movie and like
Oh,
changed the aspect ratio and stuff.
I didn't
And
hear about this.
they like use like AI to blow it
oh
up for
no.
the Sphere screen, and the stills looked like absolute dog shit.
Oh
Oh
no,
no.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
So
sucks.
we'll be talking about that as well. Um
I thought you
yeah,
might put that in November just because I'm of the generation where the Wizard of Oz only got to see it once a year around Thanksgiving,
yeah.
and that was it. And that was the only time you ever got to see it. And now that I can see it anytime I want, I don't see it.
Yeah, is that more of a Thanksgiving movie or a summer movie? Because it doesn't really feel very summery, but we're doing it in late summer, so
Hey,
I don't know.
who knows? We're also doing Bicycle Thieves the Wednesday before Thanksgiving because nothing says family time like a father and son roaming around Rome trying to find their stolen bicycle.
yeah,
There you go.
I think I mentioned this, but just so you guys know, I think the episode that I'm most excited for is 2001.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
wrote
pretty
that
excited
Canon
for that too.
piece. That is a movie, I think, to me, that's probably the pinnacle of filmmaking. That is, it showcases everything that is possible through the art form in the purest ways. And I got a couple comments on my Canon write up article from folks who were like, I find it boring and it's overrated and things like that. Um, so I
I
will,
just
I
feel
will,
bad for those people, honestly.
yeah.
I will be
You know,
defending it with my entire soul and body and heart.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was
Um,
to be honest, my dad when he because I saw this with my dad, and he
mhm.
told me, "Look, you're probably going to be bored." And I'm like, "It's a space movie. How can I be bored?" He's like, "Well, it's kind of different." So we sat and watched it, and at the end of it, I was like, "That was awesome. Let's watch it again."
How old were you?
So it's like 10,
Oh, wow.
maybe something like that. So it depends. It hits you at different times. The only thing that I knew for space was Star Trek and Star Wars at that point,
Yeah.
really. So
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
thing was like, so
a
So
little different.
I'm a little curious, Bob, because you mentioned this, that had been your wife's first rated R movie. If you both would be willing to share what your first rated R movies were.
Rob, you want to
oh
go
man,
first?
my first my first R-rated movie was John Carpenter's The Thing. And
Excellent.
I watched it on a 13-inch black and white television in the office where my uncle Steve worked at a hydroelectric plant. So I could barely hear it. So I was sitting like, that close to the screen trying to hear it and going, what the hell is going on? So that was probably around the same time, 10 or 11 years old.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Kind of ideal conditions, oddly, to watch that movie for the first time
Honestly.
in a very weird, messed up way.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the first R-rated movie was that I saw. I remember my mom kicked me out of the room while the family was watching Fight Club, not because of all the fighting, but because of the sex scene, which obviously says a lot about American culture.
Yep.
The first R-rated movie that I saw in theaters was Bad Boys 2 with my sister and her boyfriend at the time, and I've loved Michael Bay ever since.
Uh,
Val, what was yours?
Okay.
so I may have mentioned this in the Passion of Joan of Arc episode, but my first rated R movie, because I grew up in a very like weird religious family, was The Passion of the Christ, and I watched it
Oh
in
yeah.
theaters when I was
Oh my
11 years
gosh.
old. And honestly,
Holy
looking
cow.
back, that is really a violent movie to show an 11-year-old. Like, to the
Yeah.
point where when I started watching horror, I was like, well, compared to The Passion of the Christ, this is pretty tame. I mean, so definitely trial by fire there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
not rewatched it since.
What was that, like 2004?
Yeah, 2004, something like that. Yeah, I was
It,
really young, and it
in a
was the
weird
first movie
way.
with any kind of violence like that I had seen. I had never seen like Pirates of the Caribbean at that point, so it was
Yeah.
like really 0 to 100 for me.
In a weird, not to get too deep into the Passion of the Christ, but like in a weird way, it kind of makes sense that like that torture porny kind of movie came out at like the same time as like Saw and Hostel.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did
Like
come
it's like
around. It was like
Yeah.
Saw and then that movie, but you know what? Saw is a lot less violent than Passion of the
Yeah.
Christ. Like
It
it
really
took me
is.
years to watch it. I watched it in my 30s, and I was like, that's it. Like the original Saw is pretty chill actually.
Pretty tame, yeah.
Yeah.
very, very weird. So you'll be getting more conversations, listeners, like that, where we're talking about the history of movies and how they're all interconnected and what it is that makes these particular movies essential. If you haven't already listened to the show, that's kind of the deal with what it is that we're doing here. We like to take extended looks and longer form conversations at these movies, breaking down why it is that they're essential viewing for anyone who is either a new film fan or a film fan who is looking to like understand the fundamentals of the history of cinema and what makes it great, the movies that make up that story. So we're very, very, very excited for this new season, all these new episodes. I don't know if I already asked this question, but which episodes that you guys are not going to be featured on are you most looking forward to?
Oh, that's a
I
good
don't know
one.
if you guys have the list.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I 2001 is right up there for me. But honestly, weirdly, I'm really looking forward to the discussion of The Thin Man because I love those movies, and I don't
Mm,
think enough people have seen that that kind of quick, witty, funny banter
yeah.
sort of film in a long time. I love that whole series, so I'm glad that that's showing up, and I think it's the only real comedy that's on the list this year. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I haven't seen it, and we're gonna have Brian Loomis on for that, and he seems like he's like the perfect fit to
yeah.
talk us through what makes that movie great. So very excited for that one.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited. I guess you guys have hyped it up, the conversation for 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm just really interested. Like, I just think it's so much fun. I mean, it's the fun of movie podcast to hear people who love this movie talk about it and talk about its history and why it's important. Like, you guys have hyped that one up. Now I'm really excited for that episode.
I can't wait for it. I am also very excited for that episode, but I also fear that I won't be able to live up to the hype of that movie, you know, that I won't be
Um,
able to say anything worthy of the excellence that is that film. So, just a little bit of pressure.
yeah.
Well, thank you both again for joining for this episode. Yeah, we're gonna be back in a couple of days with the Wizard of Oz, and then every Wednesday after that, every Wednesday morning in your podcast feeds, wherever you listen to us, Spotify, Apple, Google Play, Amazon, and also on the ScreenAge Wasteland YouTube page, where if you want to watch our lovely faces as we chat about these movies, you can do that too. But there is a ton of other really, really good stuff on the YouTube page. Dahlgren does a lot of editorials there. You've got Jacob's pole position series. There are a few other things that are being thrown up there. And then obviously you can continue to check us out on the website proper, where you've got Bob doing Flashback Friday. You've got Val writing really, really, really intense editorials. We're doing a lot more in terms of reviewing newer movies, which is really cool and fun and interesting. Brian, Jacob, and I were lucky enough to virtually cover Fantasia Festival based out of Montreal the last couple of weeks. So we've got some reviews up there for that as well. And obviously the Canon proper. So you can read all of these Canon articles and then listen to the episodes. It should be very, very, very fun, exciting times. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for everyone to join us. Val, Bob, any parting words for the lovely folks out there before we get out of here?
Keep watching good movies.
Yeah. Or really terrible movies.
Or really terrible.
It's because you'll always have something to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a counter series of
Oh
the
no.
movies that are
Yes.
essential to watch in order to understand the depths of like
Depravity.
depravity in terms of like what filmmaking can be and what we want to avoid. So as much as we can learn from these great movies, maybe there's also a little bit that we can learn from some of
Tonight
these
we'll
awful
be talking about Battlefield Earth.
Yeah,
Oh no.
You know?
The Room.
Oh, The Room.
Yeah.
Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
A favorite of this channel, right?
Yeah, if anyone is familiar with my online persona, it's basically based around joking about how awful that movie is. But we won't be talking about it. We will be talking about great essential movies, best movies of all time. Can't wait for it. Screenagers, we hope that you are able to join us for all of these episodes coming up this season and in the future. Like I said, we'll see you in a couple days for The Wizard of Oz. And in the meantime, as always, we will see all of you guys in the wasteland.